Flowers are one of my favorite things to see in the garden, and I always get super excited to watch flowers grow and even plant seeds for flowers to grow in the future. So I want to welcome you all to start off in a seated position. Maybe you can sit like I am, or you can sit in a crisscross position. So first I want us to place our hands on our knees or in our laps, whichever way feels more comfortable for you. And maybe you can close your eyes now. And as you close your eyes, practice breathing in and out through your nose and through your mouth. Breathing in through the nose and releasing through the mouth. As you breathe, allow your chest to rise. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to drop each time. Continue breathing like this at your own pace. And as you're breathing in and out, imagine that you are a tiny seed that has just been planted in the earth. You've just been planted in beautiful, dark soil. How does it feel to be in the soil? What is the temperature of the soil? Maybe there are even neighbors that you have in the soil. Maybe little bugs that are coming to visit you as you're beginning your process of growing in the soil. Keep breathing. Now imagine that you have roots that are now beginning to grow in the soil. How do your roots look? Now imagine that your roots are now growing deeper and deeper into the soil. And now you have a stem sprouting out of the dirt and closer to the sun. What kind of stem do you have? What does your stem look like? Does your stem have any color? Does it have a texture? What does it feel like? And now that you're a beautiful stem, going closer and closer to the sun, keep breathing as you imagine yourself blossoming into a beautiful flower with colors and petals, and you can become any flower that you want to be. Today, I want to become a sunflower. So my stems are green, sometimes brown, and my petals are yellow. And I'm growing closer and closer to the sun. Now imagine, what does the weather look like? What is the weather like when you are a full grown, blossoming flower? Is it rainy? Is it sunny? Is it windy? How do you feel to be a flower? How does it feel to become a beautiful flower? Now that you've grown and you're healthy and you're strong and you have your roots and your stem to keep you steady and balanced, how does it feel to be a flower in this moment? And maybe you can imagine now that there are beautiful butterflies and bees flying all around you, visiting you as you're a beautiful flower in this moment. And I want to invite you now to keep breathing as you open your eyes up Imagining that the sun has washed all over you as you're a beautiful flower now. Let's come out of the seated position on to our bottoms. Now, let's imagine and bring this meditation into movement. Let's imagine now that our fingers are our roots. So if you can keep breathing as you wiggle your fingers, maybe even activating your toes, wiggling your toes a bit, pretending that your fingers and your toes are your roots. Just keep wiggling. Maybe you can wiggle your neck too to wake up into a beautiful blossoming butterfly. Allowing your roots to keep moving, wiggling your toes, wiggling your hands, maybe stretching to give yourself some room to grow. You can stretch any way you want to. You can stretch it this way, or maybe you can bring your legs in, stretching to the right for a few seconds. Keep breathing at your own pace, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Stretching down to the left side. Getting your roots a good stretch. Now, to wiggle our roots, we can come up on our feet. Place your hands on the side of you. And come up. Imagine that your legs are now your stems. So as you wiggle your roots down to the earth, allow yourself to come up slowly, slowly, slowly. Imagining that your legs are now your stems. Now, our flowers, our hands are our petals now. So we can plant our feet and our legs firmly to the earth as our stems and allow our petals to come all the way up to the sky, touching the sky, reaching for the sun. We are now beautiful blossoming butterflies. So if you can wiggle your hands up in the air, imagining your petals going close to the sun, maybe you can twirl your hands in a circle. Now let's imagine that it's a windy, windy day. So our petals are being pushed now to the right, slowly by the wind. We're getting a good stretch. Reaching for the sky as we're stretching, letting our petals touch the sky. Now I'm coming up again, reaching for the sky in the center. Imagine that the wind is pushing you to the left side now. Getting a good stretch on the right side of your body. Now imagine that the wind is making you go backwards. Now reach for the sky in the opposite direction. And now imagine that the wind is pushing you forward and you come down slowly, 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 slowly. Slowly. Now you can let your roots or your petals touch your stem and get a good stretch in your back. Allow your petals to meet your stem on your shins or your knees. Like this, whatever feels more comfortable to you. And come back up now, slowly, slowly, slowly. Pretend that it's a sunny, beautiful day and you're touching the sun with your hands, coming on your tippy toes. You can just feel the sun all around you. And maybe you can invite that sunlight into your body now and give yourself a big hug, slowly hugging yourself. Hugging, placing your petals on your shoulder and maybe on your stomach. Just give yourself a big, big hug and breathe in through the nose and releasing it out through your mouth. And now that we're beautiful blossoming butterflies, let's invite the sunlight back into our bodies. All over. Imagine the sunlight touching all over your body, all over your petals and your stems, absorbing the sunlight through your hands, absorbing the sunlight in your heart. Imagine that you are growing into a bigger, beautiful flower as you absorb all the sunlight. Imagine the sunlight making you stronger, more colorful, and bringing more joy. And now you can give yourself a hug one more time, bringing all of those things back into your body. And being happy that you are a beautiful blossoming butterfly, a beautiful blossoming flower. And you can come back down to the earth, becoming a seed again. And that's it, guys. I want to thank you so much for participating, doing this with me. I hope that you have gotten the opportunity to get a good stretch and feel like a beautiful blossoming flower. I'll see you all later.